Back. Give you a little look at what we've been working on today. We last night started working on this, and not much fiberglass left in there for as much as I put on it, but you can see right here's where the little hole was, and I left a little bit right here. That's where I could see that lead that initially clued me into something not being quite right here. You can see it did fill in a few low spots here, a little bit down here. It's got a fairly prominent body line that comes right down through here. I might have to shape that a little bit more, but got that cleaned up good. The 36 grit sandpaper takes it off real well. And then I worked on this over here. Got it all sculpted. A little bit of Dremel tool action there to get back in here. I haven't, I've only hit it with 36 and some 80. I'll take and smooth that down a little bit more, and yeah, turning out pretty good. I'll got those two done. Had to take the dogs in. I'm getting ready to do this here. I don't want them out here breathing that fiberglass dust. And I'll get you guys set up, put you on time lapse, and go to work on that. See if we can get that knocked down and see how it ends up. So, without further ado, I'll get you set up here and get to work. Well, we're back, and that would have been even long for a time lapse, so I cut you guys off there, and even speeding up at 10 times the time lapse, yeah, you'd have got bored quick. So what do we got? We've got a mess, but we're ready to move on. With a combination of 36 on the airfile, and then 36 and 40 on the electric DA. Okay, so what do we got here? We're basically, we're not trying to fill it. I mean, if we get some low spots filled and that kind of stuff, so much the better. But basically, what we're trying to do is seal up that weld seam there. See one little spot right there. I might have to dab a little more in there. But you can see we got a low spot here. This section right here has got a contour to it. And when you weld some of them, sometimes your metal will suck in. Especially if you don't know enough about tacking, and cooling, which back in 2006 when I done this, I didn't. So I probably, this ain't bad here. You see we're a little low right in through here. Feels pretty good here. So basically what we're trying to do there is fill up and just seal up that seam, that weld seam. It's pretty good along through there. I actually got a couple little spots where I can still feel my welds. So I'll actually take a roll lock on my little die grinder and knock some of them down a little bit. But all in all, we accomplished what we wanted to. There, that gives you a little better idea. You can see where that didn't get down to the fiberglass here. And one of the things I had to watch, I was noticing somewhere in here, yeah, you can see that's, maybe. I don't know if you can see that moving or not. When I realized that was doing that, then I had to be careful, make sure I didn't put too much pressure in. Yeah, that's not moving a whole lot there. Anyhow, we got our fiberglass, our reinforced short strand fiberglass in there. Now we'll get that sealed up against moisture. I think what I'm probably going to do now, since I didn't know as much then as I do now, it was back in 2006 when I started working on this. Just to be safe, I believe, because I've already worked that upper section there pretty good, I believe I'm going to take it, I'm going to DA this whole bottom section here with 80 grit, take it clear back down to bare metal. Then I will block it. Actually, let me back up. I'm going to take it clear down to bare metal. Then I'm going to hit it with self-etching primer. And then I'll block it. Once I do that, that'll tell me anywhere within this seam where I still need to do some body filler. Once I do the body filler, then I'll see if I have any more of those spots. It'll take several times of, well, possibly several times of slapping some mud on there, hitting it with the air file. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention here, yes, the electric DA. So once, if you remember, I had a large swath of fiberglass on here. So that's why I started out with the air file. And then once you get down, I have a 6-inch variable speed electric DA. Once you get down to where it's covering good, as long as you hold that flat, you're gonna get a good surface on there. So that's why the DA is out. With the body filler, I will slap it in there, and then I will probably strictly use the air file. And that'll give me then, once I figure out what this contour is supposed to be here, I may, you know, and I don't know that this side's any better, but it's actually pretty flat and flares out right here and down here at the fender. So that's why it's hard to do with the air file, because the air file is so long, you can get it kind of on an angle there and hit it, but trying to get that radius changes is tough. And what I will do probably is I'll take me a little piece of wire and I'll go over on that other side and I'll just take it and make a makeshift radius gauge that I can bring over on this side. Just make sure I get both sides the same. Not that you can look at both sides at the same time, but we want to try to get them as close as we can. So that's probably what I'll do, and then I'll There's going to be a lot of blocking and probably not near as much airfile once I get in that where that wheel well is. So that's going to do it for tonight. I had to leave the dogs all in the house while I was out here, and actually it didn't fly around too bad, but I have a mask and I didn't want them breathing that fiberglass dust. So I'll get my mess cleaned up here and go ahead and grab a bite, relax for a little bit. I appreciate you guys coming along. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one, either the next day out here or the next video. So y'all take care. Have a good one. Well, welcome back to another day in the shop. I thank y'all for coming back and let me share with you my project. Shop dog, what are we doing today? What are we gonna do? You're just gonna rest. Shadow, what are you gonna do? Cisco, you're just gonna irritate. Yep. See, there we go. Okay. What we got on the agenda for today is, excuse me, where we last left off, I'd put my fiberglass in here, got it knocked down, and so we're gonna splash a little body filler in there, smooth it out, see if we can get this thing finalized. That's the primary goal for today. We'll see what else we might get done. Might get some blocking, some more blocking on the fender and this other door. At some point here though, I got to get this side where it's supposed to be, get the door adjusted a little bit, and get bottom rocker panel out where it's supposed to be. That makes it look really bad there. Well, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, down there at the bottom, I've got no gap, so that's got to go up on this. I'm really close to the fender here, but I might have that fender pushed back quite a ways. We'll see. But my goal today is to get this finished up here. Get it good enough. Hopefully I got enough body filler. I think I do. But my goal is to get it finalized where I can get some self-etching primer on it. Then I can start moving this way on the get that door lined a little better, get my gaps, and then get that rocker panel finished. So I'll set you guys up here on time lapse from time to time while I'm putting the mud on there, taking the mud off, maybe putting some more mud on, taking some more mud off. We'll see. But that's the plan for today. So I hope you all are having a good day, and stand by. Alrighty then, we got some mud smashed in there. We'll let that get set up. Yeah, I know I've seen guys do it a lot neater than that too, but hey. As long as I get the job done. I went ahead and put me a little bit down in there so I can smooth that up some more. But while I was cleaning up here, I just want to show you guys a little tip here that I've learned. So I have tried almost everything. I've tried paint thinner, mineral spirits, you all know how hard it is to get these your applicator knives and stuff cleaned up. And one of the things I've found is that fast orange scrubbing towels work the best for me. I've used a lot of hand cleaners before, and these here really do the trick. They got this rough side, and so this is that Bondo I just put down. It's already starting to set up on those knives, but you can take that and you get a new one here. Get that rough side and let's give it a good rub down there. Like I say, I've tried mineral spirits, I've tried paint thinner, never tried gasoline, but these tend to work the best. There may be other things you can use on these. I keep seeing aircraft cleaner or something sitting on the shelves in the parts stores where the paint and body stuff is, and I've never tried either of that. I'm not sure what it even is. I suppose I could ask AI and it'd tell me, but never tried it. This stuff here, like I say, a little bit of elbow grease there, and those knives, I got a bunch out of mine on my board. Those applicators clean up, so clean up real nice. So just a little tidbit for you there while I was getting cleaned up. I'll let this stuff set up. I got the heat going here. Made sure I had it good and warm in here, so my metal was warm before I put it on. Probably give it an hour or so here. I put my normal shot of fiberglass resin in it, and my hardener. I was careful not to mix this one because a lot of times I mix too much hardener and it starts setting up on me before I get it laid down. So this time I was pretty careful. May take just a little longer to set up, but that's all right. I've got other things I can work on while I'm waiting for it to set up. So we'll let that set up. We'll take it back off again. Probably at least 99% of it. We may put some little more back on, but we'll see. I'll set you guys up when I go into work on this. But it's kind of like when I was in Colorado. I would water the lawn so the grass would grow, so I could mow the lawn, so I could water the lawn, so the grass would grow, so I could mow the lawn. Well, this here, yeah, you put body filler on so you can take it off, so you can put body filler on so you can take it off. Hopefully you don't have to do that many times. If you do, you need to do a little more work on your metal. So we'll see you back here in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. While I was waiting for my body fill to set up and you guys weren't looking, Chop Dogs and I, we done some adjustment on this door. It's setting up pretty good. So I got in there, manipulated my hinges. Come on. So I got this belt line lined up real good here. Just a little low back here. So I can probably adjust that with the striker. We'll see. As you can see, this gap here got better. I've done two things. I moved the front of the door up so that belt line would match up there. And then I also, so if you guys remember, this is there's a replacement patch here, and this isn't the original door. On the other side, I wish I'd have thought it through a little more. I might have been able to fix it like I did this one. So what I did here is I took, and it's still in place pretty good. I took my dolly here. I took my dolly and a medium-sized ball peen hammer, and I just come along here and whack that in. You can kind of see my marks there where I had to do a little bit on it there at last. The other side I actually cut. If you remember my video, I cut this and pushed it back, and actually this worked good. It didn't deform this curve out here, and door shuts good now. Pretty decent body line right there. Like I say, these old cars, when they come from the factory, they didn't have good body lines. So I can manipulate this one a little bit more. This here, I've actually got to bring this door out about 1/4 of an inch. Down here we're pretty good along there. So I can bring that out, and I'm not as worried about the body lines as I am the door operating good. That's a pretty good door shut right there. So this has all got to come off. You've probably seen it in one of my other videos. You might be able to see it down here. I've actually got I got some rust down there, so I'm going to have to cut that out and fix that. Put a replacement in there, replacement patch. But yeah, I'm liking that. You got to think your way through on 2 different sets of hinges or attachment points for the hinges, and for the thing it's going to adjust what. So like I say, I'm not. Oh, the other thing on this, so this body line here, you kind of see where it's wider down here, narrow up through here, and then widens out again. Part of that will be taken care of on the fender, because on the fender, let's go see if we can look over here. Yeah, you can't see it, but there's a brace. There's a brace that goes in here, and this one I didn't have to replace. This one on the other side, this one over here, I actually had to take the spot welds off, put that new brace in there, and then you can kind of see my tack welds going up through there. So it may be that I didn't quite get that lip. Okay, now my camera's doing funny things. Okay, let me get back to you here. So I had this happen before. My certain hand gestures, turn the camera off or on. I don't know if you can make it zoom in or out. It's only got 2 zooms. It's either zoomed in or zoomed out. But I'll be doing something, I'll make a hand gesture, and it'll shut off. Anyhow, what I will do, this fender has to come off as well. I've still got a couple of things to do on it. Got to finish up that rocker on the bottom, so that'll have to come off to close that end up. But when I do that, I will take tap that body line. I'll mark it where it thins up there, and I'll take my body hammer and I'll tap that in a little more along there so it's got a better body line. But I think my body fill's probably set up enough. Oh yeah, it's set up good. So what I'm going to do is get set up here, get the air file out. I've got one sheet of 36 grit left. The only problem with it, I can still use it, but it doesn't, it's an oddball size. So it'll stick on, but it doesn't flip over and attach under the hook down point there. So I'll probably go ahead and stick that on there. The other thing with it, I don't know what they used for adhesive on it. Man, it is strong. It's a pain in the butt to peel off. I like what I'm using better now. It's not as sticky, but I can cut my own lengths where I can attach it under the attachment points as well. And then when I use this particular brand, then it's got that sticky on there for a while that makes the other stuff come off harder as well. So I'll get set up here. Probably take the dogs, put them in the house for a while. I don't want them breathing this Bondo dust. And I don't know if I ever said it before. If I have, I'm going to say it again. One of the things I hate the worst about doing this work is the Bondo dust. My shop, everything's covered in Bondo dust. I try to sweep as much as possible and not blow it all over, but I think for, let's see, what's coming up here? Oh, my birthday. My birthday's in February. So I think for my birthday, I'm probably going to get, and I want to DeWalt just because I've got so many DeWalt tools and all the batteries and stuff already. I want DeWalt. I don't want to switch brands and have to buy a different kind of battery and that whatnot. So I think for my birthday in February, I'm going to get the highest powered, within reasonable price leaf blower that DeWalt has, and that way I can use it to blow the shop out. I had an old one that my father-in-law gave me, and I don't remember what brand it was, and the batteries got where they wouldn't keep a charge anymore. And you know, down here in where I'm at in Arizona, didn't really think I'd need a leaf blower, which I don't. I need a dust blower. So I'm going to buy a leaf blower and let it double as a dust blower. But I'll get set up here, set you guys up on a time lapse, and get this green stuff here knocked down and see if we need any more, or if we can start doing some primer on it. So stand by.
Laced up, half below, we're rolling out, it's a country show. Friday night and the moon is high, time to hit the town, let the good times fly. Raise your glass, let the music play, we're gonna dance until the break of day. Feel the rhythm, let your worries bust, we're here to kick up the dust. Kick up the dust, let it fly in the air. Spin those wheels, yeah, we're going somewhere. Raise your hands, let your worries go.
Well, I'm back. Oh, hang on. There we go. Have I ever said how much I hate Bondo dust? I probably have. But it is what it is. That was, ironically, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I think it's about where we was 24 hours ago with a mess. But coming out pretty good. Nice and smooth. I actually had a couple of spots here where I didn't need the Bondo because there's still some fiberglass. I guess I could have blew that off before I brought you guys out to show it to you, but I really didn't want to blow it all over my shop. Hopefully here I can get most of it swept up. I don't know, I might even, yeah, we'll get most of it swept up over here and gathered up. And one thing I often do is if I got no wind outside, I'll just open the door a foot or so and take the air hose and blow it all out. But there, that's a little better. So yeah, it's coming out good. I'm happy I went ahead and done that. I still got a little bit of a high spot right there. That all feels good. I'm being pretty careful down in here because I don't know just how this contour is supposed to be. So I'm gonna have to get out the dolphin glazing, mix them up, and put in those holes there. I don't know if you can see them or not. So my plan was to go ahead and knock that whole lower portion off, I guess. You know, if you can actually see this right here, this is some of the old, so you've got the actual original red primer here, red oxide primer I think they call it, and then you can see at one point this car was blue, and when I got it, it was yellow. So I think my thought process was that as long as I took it down to what was good paint, it would be good enough. You can still see over here too. You can actually see the yellow, the blue, and the red oxide primer. I think it would probably be all right with today's coatings, paint, etc. But all the work I'm putting into this, like I say, I'm going to go ahead and just take some 80 grit, go from that body line down, take off whatever is on there down to bare metal, start back up with it. A couple things I noticed when I was finishing this off. Like I said, this was a site I done 20 years ago. Let me get down here where I can show you. So I got down here to clean off the, it's a little rusty down here, but it's not bad, it's just surface rust. So I got down here and took a wire brush on my drill to it. But when I spot welded this, it don't look like, part of it doesn't look like I spot welded the whole thing. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that with some of my rust prep, they call it. I've got it ground off pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish spot welding that and get me a good rounded edge there. Pinch weld, kind of like I did over here. I thought about just hitting it with the rust prep and putting some fiberglass in there, but I think that's Those are both, inner and outers were both new, so that metal should be good enough that I can go ahead and get that spotted all the way along there. And once I do that, I may go ahead and dab a little fiberglass on there just to help seal it up and prevent it. The other thing I noticed is I have a piece of metal here that's not attached, so this was probably the lip from the replacement panel that I put on here, and for some reason I never got that fluted in either. So I will go ahead and get that stuck over here where it's supposed to be, and get that welded up as well. So the more I go, the more I find that I still need to do. But hey, it is what it is. Right now, being retired, I pretty much got nothing but time. Time to do it right. And it's interesting because one of the things my dad told me years ago was if I had time to do it again, I had time to do it right the first time. Well, apparently on some of this stuff, I didn't have time to do it right the first time. Either that or I may have been about where I got disrupted when this thing got put on the back burner, so I'm not sure. So probably what I'm gonna do for tonight, like I say, it's just a little after 6. Do some cleanup here. Before I go in and find my dinner, I'm probably gonna go ahead and I'll hit that with some 80 grit on the DA. Get it down to bare metal. That won't take long. I gotta find my holes here and get them opened back up. Got one there. Yeah, I'll be able to find those all right. A couple of them I can find from in the trunk. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit that with some 80 grit on the DA. That'll get out some of the scratches from the 36 that I used. Give me a good surface for my primer, and probably won't prime it tonight, but I'm gonna go ahead while I got a mess here. We only got to clean up once. I'll get this hit with some 80 on the DA and probably call it a night. So appreciate you guys sticking around with me today. Don't seem like we got much accomplished. We didn't do too many things, but we did get a lot accomplished. So I'm happy with that. I'll probably come back in tomorrow. Go ahead and get my glaze mixed up and put on there, let it set up and give it a final sanding with some 100 grit or something like that on the board. In fact, I'll probably even block it with a Durablock, and then I'll go hit it with some self-etching primer, let it set a day or night or whatever. Hit that with some 320. See if there's anything else up here we need to work on before we move down along that sill. And got that door. It's pretty well lined up. I'll make a few adjustments on it, but actually the bottom is sitting pretty good. So one of my next undertakings will be to get that rocker panel out where it needs to. I'm gonna have to think a little bit on it to figure out how to do it. What I may have to do is come in here, split this, and I'll see. I've got a couple ways of doing it. I may break it loose here, up here on the front somewhere. And then one of my recent purchases was a porta power. So I could I'll get that cut loose in some key spots there and probably stick my porta power down in there and push that out. Get everything re-welded, and you'll see how it gets done the same way I do, because I'll be putting it on some tape. But I want to thank you all for watching, and have to see, I'm getting behind on my clips and turn it into videos again, see where I'm at. I'm gonna have to take an evening off here one of these days and get in and get some videos put together so I know just where I'm at. So once again, this may be the end of the day, or it may be the end of the video. I could actually be the beginning of another video when I start the day. We'll see. But either way, I want to thank you guys for coming along. Thank you for helping me out. Appreciate the comments. What I'm really needing is subscribers. I've set a goal of I'd like to get 1,000 subscribers by the middle of the year, but at least by the end of the year. So make sure you leave me a comment or a question. I'll answer questions on there too. I go through and read all the comments. So y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.